This is Jeracraft's cast right here. This is actually one of the first builds I've ever made. I think as like 9 or 10 years old, back in the 360 Minecraft era, before Bedrock was a thing. It's actually not as hard as you think it was. For 9-year-old me, it was freaking challenge. Took me 3 days in creative mode to make this. For this, it only took 2 weeks, really. My god, look at how magnificent this castle is. I freaking love it. Anyways, I would like to explain, like, what is this video? What is it even? You got clickbaited, basically. But I've decided that this year, I'm going to kind of treat this as my last year to making YouTube videos on the channel. Now, will it be the last year? I'm not really sure, okay? But I want to treat it as such because I don't know if next year I'm going to be able to produce as much due to college and university and all that, so I've decided that I might as well just produce as much as I can and just have as much fun. And I kind of wanted to store this world inside of a video that I can go back to time. And one of my friends made, I think, this here. I don't know what this is. To be fair, they don't say anything about what they're doing, so I kind of just have to understand it through clues. There's a bunch of build around the world made by everyone, so I'm just gonna go there one by one, kind of explain its history. You know, kind of the same thing as the Valheim series, but yeah. So you kind of have England's flag there. There was an entire kind of civil war that happened when someone joined the realm. Okay, they made kind of a Japanese base, and we decided to show them, let's just say, some English dominance. But generally, this castle is just nice. It's so good to look at. I freaking love this castle design, and I'm glad that I just decided to build it again. My friends really did try to convince me to make a different design, but no. Nostalgia beats all, okay? Nostalgia was more important than whatever they were saying. I mean, just ignore the fact that the back isn't finished, you know? We ignore that part. That's just, you know, just don't worry about it. Okay, now this copper contraption was supposed to hide a note block music where it just played kind of a little tune. I wanted to mess around with note blocks, but I just gave up 20 minutes in, because that's just how I am. Then we have the pumpkin. So here is what we made as the constitution of the realm, right? So this right here is one of the first amendments made for this Jarl world, okay? So this is, the lore is, this is Viking. Ignore that there, it's just, I don't know. This here says that all Vikings... What was it again? Raiders cannot raid raiders, but neighbors. Meaning, basically, this law was made because one of the co-founders, aka the friend who found this world, just got tired of his farms being raided. But truth be told, I still take his crops. The amendment doesn't, it's only there to appease him. It's not there to do anything. And before I go into the house, this is the first thing I've ever made in this world. This right here was actually made by a separate friend that I met through high school. And he kind of made all of this here. This is an older version of the world, so a lot of the bells and whistles are gone, because for some reason you can't transfer worlds from Xbox to PC. For some reason you have to pay through a realm, which is what I had for the month. That's why it's here, in fact. And you got yourself a good old iron farm, okay? We had an iron shortage for the longest time. The reason why it's not producing iron is because I haven't gotten the villagers yet. Whoop-de-doo. But as you go in, you kind of have this nice interior hallway, okay? I've decided to take inspirations from some molehills. And yeah, it wasn't really hard to make, actually. This was a very easy design to do. It's not complicated. As you can tell, you have kind of like the pattern of stripped oak here going across, or birch, actually. You got spruce that is also supposed to be stripped, just facing up to the ground. You got the roofing, you got them trapdoors to give it more of that style, you know, give the style points. And then here, I couldn't be bothered. My friend added this here and was like, okay, whatever. And inside here, you got yourself the sheep farm, the wool farm, where the sheeps get sheared naked. I think there should still be some shears in here, is there? What up, buddy? Then comes my boy's friend, the co-founder's castle, which I alluded to earlier. Let's just say he's gotten better at building over the time, okay? He kind of just made probably an uneven circle. Oh, I stomped on his... Hold on. Let me just... You know, I might as well while he's not here. Alright, you got that there. You got this. There you go. Haha. Don't tell the founder that. Anyways, here's some of the plans we have. We do have an actual board to a plan. We were planning to make a grain mill, which was down the river there, which I'll show later. House extended inside out. I don't know what that means. The tractor shop. I wonder if the camel's still there, actually, because we explored around freaking 4,000... The camel's still there! He's still alive! Oh, this is Merry Christmas. Okay, you know what? We might just have to revert progress. Okay, I only care about this camel. Yes! Yes, we got the freaking camel back. Okay, this camel died from a freaking creeper explosion. I'm glad he's back in this older version of the war. We might have bullied this guy a little too hard, so basically he made a dirt wall around his area about where he was going to build some Japanese infrastructure. And we decided to basically just raid it. We destroyed all of his flowers, his crops, and he left the world. So yeah, and I kind of felt guilty, so I made this here. I made this shogunate thing, okay? And I think it turned out pretty good. I'm a little sad about these stairs, but I think they actually just add, like, kind of nice accents to it. And then we have in memory of the shogunate and its dirt wall, you know, mocking a little. I think we might have stolen the dirt, probably, which is why it's not there. And this right here is the Japanese house. Sadly, I did not make it myself. I know, very sad. And it's a nice design. I enjoyed the roof. This roof design I actually got inspired from and decided to do it for one of my builds, which is a tax office, which my sister owns, and it's now the tax and cake office. Whatever that is. Because we all know she was planning to do a Portal reference, so the cake is a lie. Okay, because underneath that cake shop is actually people wanting to tax you. Because we have some vicious taxmen. They will... It might as well be shark loaning without even loaning anything. That's how I would explain it. The Dirt Cathedral. This was going to be the thumbnail of the video because there was a golden penis on top of the dome. That was up there. Okay, you missed out. I'll tell you more about the penis lore, but until then. So here's the second PP cathedral right here. Or not cathedral, but just church. And basically the lore is that there's a hierarchy of gods, okay? The king of gods is the piss detective, as he's known as formally. And basically he controls everything, okay? The piss is the universe. And this right here, this is water. This, however, you don't worry about it. And we actually flatten out the entire village here. You see, the village that was once here, gone. Nada. The only thing that's left, that's church. And let's be honest here, it's going to be converted. You see that? That's a PP made out of stone bricks. You know why? Because the piss detective believes that dirt is the essence of earth. And therefore dirt is great and is used because of how great it is. Interestingly here, my friend decided to make this. I'm not really sure what this is. I think he was trying to make fortifications for it. And he just never finished it. I guess just, you know, the good old ADHD just got him, you know, got him to do something else. But let's talk about the Jarl's house. Okay, so I haven't completed the build, even now, today. But the Jarl's house is actually my build, and I'm really proud on how to win out, because I specifically made sure how to... So this is my first time using gradients, and I looked up some of the Viking housings, right? And I kind of decided to use like a bunch of stone because they were usually gray. And there's supposed to be acacia logs coming down to kind of support it. Here is the igloo. I'm not sure why I made an igloo. I'm gonna be honest with you. This might as well be made from laziness. I think I did it because I felt bored. This was how I caged one of my friends. And I think there's a sign that calls him a freaky Alaskan because he's Alaskan, filthy Alaskan. And this house, the entire reason why this is run down is that it's supposed to look like that someone used to live here. You know, back in the olden days, and then just decide that he'd stop. Really like design. Okay, barrels are fun. Barrels are a fun block to use, and they're just a good texture in general. Like, look at that. Isn't it so pretty? It's got a circle, and then a square, and whatever that is. And thus, here's the windmill. Okay, I know it looks bad, okay? I had a plan for the windmill to make it look much better, but I kind of just forgot about it and decided not to. I don't know why there's birch here, I'm gonna be honest. Probably because it was the only resource I had. And yeah, there you go. There's just the entire windmill. Okay, obviously a work in progress. Will it ever be done? I don't know. I'll never tell. We fished here for a while, didn't we? I don't think we even have these chests anymore. They kind of just disappeared after a while. I'm not sure what happened to them in the newer Save of the World. Okay, now time to find where the feck is the... Wherever the frick is whatever I'm talking about here. Now, Basil's house. Lore is, I think he got freaky with one of my friends here, actually, now that I don't want to go in the house, okay? I don't want to know what they did. I'm just gonna leave that. We're just gonna keep the door locked as we, as we explore something else in a world that isn't as freaky. The cave generation is nice, though. I really enjoy just the cave. How it all generates. You can see dripstone here. You see the lava spawn. You can see the amount of iron that we missed, apparently, because we never explored this part, even though I thought I explored all of this. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is the importante. Let me just see. Okay, it's on peaceful because I... Anyways, that's enough of the deep down dark. Let's move on to the next thing. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the English embassy. Yeah, this is the first attempt at colonization. Even after the grave was made, we still tried to colonize it. You know, we're not the best of friends. Let's just say that. You know, it's actually kind of cool to see the world from up here. I don't think I've ever gotten this view. You can kind of see how it developed. There's pathways. I actually never noticed the pathways. I'm gonna be real honest with you. Like, you can kind of see it going everywhere. You can see it go to the cathedral, go to the church. You can see kind of centralization. You can see there's some over there also, but not as much. You have, like, the Jarl's house and the... whatever that is over there, the freaking windmill. Mountain looks so small from up here. Like, it doesn't look freaking as menacing as it does from down here. Because this is giant. This is gonna take forever to mine out. Oh, that's right. So I actually invited my sister to the world, and she decided to just make her house on the other side of the mountains. Okay, there's kind of like settlement everywhere, which is cool. It's very sad that we don't really play this world as much. I know one of my friends has a mentality where it's like, okay, well, I don't feel like playing this world anymore. And to kind of ditch it. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with, like, picking back where you left off. And I think... I don't like always having to start over a world again. I remember one time I just deleted all 22 worlds that I had hours of progress on. Which I regret now, because I can't revisit back. Because I got so tired of just, like, starting a new world again, over and over again. And after 3 years, I actually beat the Ender Dragon one of the worlds, because, again, my motivation comes in spurts. I don't have a hard time just, like, staying on one thing all the time. And it was kind of like a movement transition for me, where I got tired of constantly following tutorials and perfectionism. Of course, I still have problems with perfectionism, as I do now. But it was just a challenge, you know, towards myself. Anyways, I think that's about all I need to really show off this world, okay? Sadly, I wish it was a newer version because I could show all the new stuff. Like, there's a building there now. Everything's just better developed. But alas, it is what it is. And if you enjoyed it, good. You feckin' better. This is what it looks like with classic textures. What a vibe.